GEN.YAHANNA 3807. My little daughter with me. Open the door, he was dropping shoe for me and all that. So you do your time. In the mom and
Remember when I called? God for the truth for a long time. Remember when I called?
Yes, Shalom Israel. Again, this is I.S.U.P.K. Trinidad and Tobago. Again, I.S.U.P.K. started out of 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Again, under Commanding General Yahanna. Again, tonight is Tuesday night, Brotherhood class. Again, Brotherhood goes hand in hand, with sisterhood. Again, Brotherhood goes hand in hand with sisterhood. And the I.S.U.P.K. we always bring that reminder to the nation, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Again, or reading out of, reading out of our heritage, our constitution, laws that was, set for the righteous to rule, and we being, that chosen seed, that the Most High, you gave his laws, statutes, and commandments to run the society in righteousness, right? Again, tonight is Tuesday night, Brotherhood class, and as we continue to bring out the reminders, again here in Trinidad and Tobago, we do these classes, Sunday through Saturday, again every day of the week. You can tune into these live classes. Again, due to the state of emergency, you'd see the classes beginning, at 6 p.m., right? Because again, we under I.S.U.P.K as a state of emergency, due to the pandemic, that was, brought onto this whole society by the Most High. As we say, as we draw near to the end, these reminders will always be brought out. Because again, when you read out the scriptures, because of that air or that lack of understanding of our religious leaders, as we say, so-called religious leaders, because again, religion is built out of our constitution, and then there's a formula to destroy the minds of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So when you read out of our records again, these supposed to be gatekeepers, as in Jeremiah 14:2 say, the gates thereof language. They who supposed to really be bringing out these records and bringing out this truth in the spirit of brotherhood, they air again, and we're going to read out of our records in a minute, and we're going to see how their minds sway, and thinking that they will always have a position in the society, but not knowing that you are the ones who offer your blood, sweat, and tears all these nations build and make their way of life in perfect standing. And why I say perfect standing, because they live lavishly off of the backs of us, by us slaving in their industry, slaving in their economy, and continue to build their establishment. And again, as we remind brothers and sisters again, we're tuning to the Black Watch again every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Saturday, Salakia, from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. With Commander General YAHANNA doing it up, again. The heavy hitters again, as we say, the generals and the building, General Hyman, General Zayan, General Makala, General Zayan, all the generals and them, making the, stand, and again in this fight and raising of righteous sons and daughters in this truth, right? So again, so we have to continue to bring these reminders, and again from time to time, again you're going to see, brothers right here in Trinidad, sitting at these tables in the spirit of the Most High Christ and bringing all these records, right? So again, as we go into tonight's topic, and topic as topic mark, the sword of brotherhood, because in brotherhood, there is a sword, and the sword is the truth. And this is what the I.S.U.P.K have been teaching since 1969. And reminding our brothers, just as you know, as we was hired by our King Yahushua, you know, to continue on and to, you know, tarry until that time, you know, of his return. And this is why in the I.S.U.P.K we are always prepared. And our prepared of readiness is His truth. And as you say, you know, this is what is going to keep us in these last days. This is what, you know, is going to, you know, redeem us, or, you know, keep us, as you say, hold that footpath, right? And as we, you know, bring that reminder, and, you know, bring to the table and bring to the forefront of the minds of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, that, you know, that sword of the truth, you know, is what, you know, is going to bring back that brotherhood, going to bring back that sisterhood. Because now, you know, you're letting your brother know the truth, you're letting your sister know the truth. And where you're directing them to their records, to their history, you know, to these scriptures, to this, the Bible, is where, you know, our constitution and where all our laws lie. And that reminder would only come from the priests and prophets again, you know, raising up and anointed, you know, by the men above, under command generally, under our King Yahushua and under the Most High. Because again, that structure had never changed. And again, it's only in the I.S.U.P.K you find that structure, right? So, we're going to, without further ado, we will just jump into the records, and we're going to go into the first, you know, scripture, and we're going to go to the book of, you know, Galatians, chapter 4, and we'll start, right? 4 and 16, right? Book of Galatians, chapter 4 and verse 16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? And we know that, you know, this truth coming out, and if you letting your brother know that, you know, homosexuality is wrong, smoking weed is wrong, you know, popping pills is wrong. This is how, you know, these enemies is going to come out. And this is why, you know, again, that sword of brotherhood. Because again, a lot of us, you know, in the I.S.U.P.K, you know, at walk that pathway at once. And because, you know, that sword of brotherhood and that constant checking, and, you know, reminding, you know, our brothers as ourselves, and not reminding them with our own thoughts, but reminding them through these records, and reminding them that, you know, that they, you know, have laws, you know, that govern them. They have statutes that govern them. They have commandments that govern them. And this is why these reminders will always be brought forth to the forefront of their minds, right? And, you know, as we start off, as the scripture say, am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth, right? And now, you know, we're going to go into, you know, a little more into the scriptures again, and we're going to, you know, read, you know, again about King Yahushua, you know, doing the same thing what the I.S.U.P.K have been doing. And as we say, we have a job, you know, to do, and that job is to remind our brothers as ourselves, right? Yeah. And again, yeah, so let me have a sense of breakfast. You see. Yeah. Right. So, as I was just bringing all the, you know, the topic tonight now, you know, like brotherhood, it have a sword, you know, the sword of brotherhood, because in brotherhood it have a sword, and that sword is like the reminder now. And that reminder is like, you know, letting your brother know, hey, stop smoking weed, you're letting your sister know, stop being a hoe. And, you know, this sword now is cutting them now, because now we are going to the record and showing them where we as a people, we really not supposed to be doing that. And again, because we take up that custom from the heathens and them, this is why, you know, we patronating in these customs. And, you know, in the I.S.U.P.K, we're going to bring back that reminder, right? So, what I read first is Galatians 4:16. Now we'll go to we'll just find where Matthew. We're not read about the same thing again, you know, where or King Yahushua or Jesus Christ or the world know him as, you know, doing that same, you know, thing that the I.S.U.P.K has been doing. And as you say, we follow after our King Yahushua, right? Matthew just 24, and we just start at verse, we start at 24 and 1, right? Because as we read, you know, King Yahushua constantly, you know, as these, you know, scribes and Pharisees or brothers, you know, keep on coming up, as we say, against the truth, he keep checking them. Because why? As you say, your error knowing these scriptures. Because why? You know, they were holding on, you know, to the carnal part of, you know, the law in understanding, because they either understand, because as they say, not knowing what the law was really made for, they took it, and, you know, because of you know, intermingling and interracial marriages with these heathens and them, they would always, you know, use the law to fit their own lifestyle, right? Their understanding, right? So yeah, okay, go ahead.
Matthew chapter 24 verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple,
Mm-hmm.
and the disciples came to him
Mm-hmm.
for to show him the building of the temple.
Right. So as we read this, let's catch up with it.
And Yahushua said unto them,
Mm-hmm.
See you not all these things?
Mm-hmm.
Verily I say unto you,
Mm-hmm.
there shall not be left here one stone upon another,
Mm-hmm.
that shall not be thrown down.
And we hearing into them now, we letting them know, hey, everything that you know that I bringing out here, nothing will leave, as using, you know, this metaphor with the stones. He said that all there shall not be, you know, be left one here stone upon another. Now, you know, as we read up, you know, before now, but it will explain itself more as we go on, right? Go ahead.
Verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives,
Mm-hmm.
the disciples came unto him privately, saying,
Mm-hmm.
Tell us, when shall these things be?
Mm-hmm.
And what shall be the sign of thy coming,
Mm-hmm.
and of the end of the world?
And then now, this was a question that posed to him now. Now, you know, they now asking him, you know, hey, when all this will come to an end? Because now when we're looking at what's going on here now, as we read on now, we're going to see all these things lining up. Just as he made mention concerning what is going to take place. All these things lining up. Go ahead.
Verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahushua answered and said unto them,
Mm-hmm.
Take heed that no man deceive you.
And then you remind them, you know, as a brother, take heed that no man deceive you. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 5. For many shall come in my name,
Mm-hmm.
saying, I am Christ,
Mm-hmm.
and I shall deceive many.
And shall deceive many. And what we see going on right here now, you know, today in this society. Many come in and saying that, you know, that you know, they follow after Jesus. When you look and say, well, as you bust the door, when you look up at one big port, one big picture about the grandson of Pope Alexander the IV on the wall. and deceiving, you know, our people since from that time. That is why he letting them know, beware, because now, as he say, he's setting up that structure that, you know, that men would stand for the truth till the end. And this is what, again, the I.S.U.P.K, you know, has been building since 1969. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 6, and you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled. All these things must come to pass.
And this is why, you know, as we say, as we look at what's taking place right now, you know, in Afghanistan, and you know, since we're taking place, as you say, when the wars, as you say, World War I passed, World War II passed, and you say the third war coming quickly. Don't be troubled, because why? As you say, you know, for all these things must come to pass, and these things already came to pass, right? And we say, but the end. So he laying them away, as I say, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved, right? Go ahead.
Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine, and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places.
And what we see right now, we see all these signs and them right now. What happened, as we say, just the other day in Haiti, earthquake? What happening, as we say, to the brothers in Mexico, the brothers in Venezuela, right here as well in Trinidad, and what we see happening now, as we say in America, with the tribe of Judah, with this, you know, hurricane now pass through again, New Orleans. And again, as the general them, you know, again, you know, shout out, you know, to the captain, you know, over, you know, that zone, Captain Kantamia, you know, in securing, you know, the Lord's people, you know, on that end, through that time. And it's the same thing again, and this is why, you know, as you say, all the ties should be, you know, generated to command the general YAHANNA. Because why? When you look at what's taking place now, again, he's taking care of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, not our oppressor, not these religious leaders or these religious organizations. And this is why, you know, our King Yahawashi is reminding these men and them, and you know, making sure that, you know, these men and them stand firm. And even as you say, pray for them, you know, that, you know, that as you see, as that time, you know, when he was departing, you know, he say, Father, I pray for them. And this is why, you know, as we say that we pray for one another, keep that brother, because we know that, you know, without standing firm, and you know, without that sword, brothers will you know, will laugh, you know, will tend to, you know, look at things slightly when they're supposed, you know, to stand firm, and you know that how, hey, at the end of the day, by your example, you know, this is how, you know, we're going to, you know, stand firm in these times, and this is how, you know, we will to remind brother. Now we would see our brother doing something wrong, and what we go do? We go remind him. We go let him know, hey, really and truly, you know, at a time that we used to patronate, but now we understand that eating pork is wrong, you know, smoking weed wrong, because now the Most High let we know that is not of us, because now we have a guideline in our records, in our history book, because now the Bible will tell you that how, you know, is a white man orchestrated book is not true, is a lie. This book only belongs to black people, and when we say black people, we talk about the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, right? Oh yeah.
And now verse 7.
Right. Read verse 8.
Verse 8, all these are the beginnings of sorrows.
And all these are the beginning of sorrows. Jump down to, listen. Jump to 48, because now he going in into it, and we will bring out that reminder. Go ahead. 48. 48, yeah. 48. Same 24 and 48.
Matthew chapter 24 verse 48. And if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord, delayeth his coming.
And why? Because now we read them through, because now Christ now breaking it down to them and explaining them now. All of this now. Now we read your point, as you say, if that evil servant, and who is that evil servant? As you say, your black pastor, your black imam, and as we say, children are the slaves. Children that as we say, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, right? Shall say in his heart, my Lord, delayed his coming. Go ahead.
Verse 49.
Yeah, go ahead. Read it down.
Verse 49. And he shall begin to smite his fellow servants,
right,
and to eat and drink with the drunken.
And what we see happening today, we see these rich entertainers, as we see all these prominent, as we say, with the so-called prominent black people, quote unquote, in high status, wealth, as we say, coming down on the own people, telling them, your thing whatever, and telling them, but you go and look for our work, thing whatever, and downing on the own people. And then now, as you say, and eat and drink with the drunken. Who is the drunken now? As you say, the in the whole mindset with the oppressor. Now as we say, you're doing an evil thing to your brother, doing an evil thing to your sister. And this is why now again, that sword, it must come down. It must come down. It must, as we say, we're going to remind our brothers as ourselves. We're not, as we say, you're not going to do like the Christian church and sit down here on the side of you and as I say, you're molesting children on the side and telling you, hey, and laughing and thing. And when you do so, now your pass car on a child, your pass car on a man's family. And this is why these reminders must be brought out. It must be brought out. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 49. I shall begin to smite his fellow servants and to eat and drink with the drunken.
Go ahead.
Verse 50. The Lord of that servant shall come in the day when he looketh for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of.
Right? And hey, because you do this, because now as we read on now, as I'm going to continue to read on, that day when as you say, as you say, many will be eating and drinking and giving in marriages, just as the day, as we say, that any times and when Noah was bringing that warning, is the same thing that our King Yahawashi was doing. And it's the same thing that he set down, and this is the same thing that we're doing right now here in 2021. Bringing that reminders, and as you know, these religious leaders, as we say, taking advantage, of, as we say, of the own brother, of the own sister. As the scripture says, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not. That day when, as you say, you might be, as you say, molesting, or as we say, abusing one of these servants, right? Yes, sir. The servant, and he said, and to eat and to yes, right? And then in an hour that he is not aware of, and as we say, you're going to get catch with your pants down. Just as the officer was bringing out, again in the scripture breakdown class, the camp leader of Trinidad and Tobago, concerning World War III. And this is why we remind them, hey, don't get catch with your pants down, because now King Yahawashi was doing the same thing, bringing that sword to brothers, bringing that sword and bringing them that up to their reminder that, hey, don't get catch with your pants down. Go ahead. 51 days.
You want to do 51?
Yeah.
And he shall cut him asunder and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites.
And when that happens, now he'll be appointed, as you say, he get a portion, he end up with the two, the hypocrites. And that's why the reminder, he say, beware of the 11 of the scribes and Pharisees. And where is that? Hypocrisy. Beware of, as we say, the foolish teaching. Beware, as we read higher up, concerning, many will come in that days, in the last days. He say, hey, beware and take heed, don't follow after them. Go ahead.
And there shall be weeping and garnishing of teeth.
And there shall be weeping and garnishing of teeth. And we know that is not a, as you say, a pleasant or a good feeling. Because why? Utter destruction. Utter destruction. Right? Go to 25. We went to 25. Right? 25 and 1. Right?
Matthew chapter 25 and verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins.
So now when now we're going to go into something now and explain as again in this next parable, in the next scenario. And what he doing now, he remind and he bringing his sword, bringing that sword and letting brothers know, hey, don't get kept sleeping. Don't get kept, as you say, don't be a evil and a wicked person to your brother. Don't be an evil and a wicked person to your sister. Don't get catch. Right? Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 25 and verse 20 and 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. Verse 2. And the 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish.
And now given a scenario now, he letting you know that, hey, there were some that were wise and they were foolish. And they all, as we see, had that knowledge about what? About this bridegroom, coming. About this, this bridegroom coming, and coming to marry, as you say, yeah, these 10 women, and as you reading it as it is here, these 10 women, and again, what I'm showing you now, it's showing you now a man with multiple wives. And as we say, that is our next topic. But now what we bringing out here now, we're going into now to the wise and the foolish. And they had an idea, or that understanding that 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 this bride, this bridegroom coming for a bride. This is what they know. Go ahead.
Verse 3. They that were foolish took their lamps and took not oil with them.
And yeah, you see where it start off first? It start off with the scenario showing you that how with the foolish. They took the lamps and they didn't take oil. They didn't take, as we say, a refill.
Yeah, we do this SHALAM.
Right? Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 4. But the wise took oil in their vessel with their lamps.
And the wise one took oil in their vessel with their lamps, because now they were in readiness and preparedness, because now we don't know, as the scripture says, no man know the time or the hour when that time, as we say, this government going to take over, as we say, when Christ is going to, as we say, going to overthrow these as we say, these heathens, because now the instructions he waiting on is from the Father, from the Most High. And this is why as we read in here now, the wise one took oil in their vessels, because now they prepared and in readiness. Go ahead.
Verse 5. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept.
And now you're seeing that, we're seeing, as we say, the delay. Now we're seeing the delay now. The bridegroom tarried. Because now remember now, as you say, he may be, you know, picking up this, doing as we say, maybe a little lily, as we say, a little flat. But now, that time now, it had a lag, or as we say, a gap. Any time that he come in. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom committed.
So now, as we say, the Most High would never destroy a city without a warning. Without a warning. So now, with the delay at the bridegroom coming, they all slumbered and sleep. So the 10 foolish and the 10 wise, you know, as we say, the warning that, as we say, the knockout. Now, as you say, what the time, as you say, he pop out, or the presence meet was felt at midnight. As you say, in the dark, right? When no man know, when nobody know. Go ahead.
Verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'll let you say. Go ahead.
Go you out to meet him.
Now the instructions was given. Say all go out and meet him now. Go ahead.
Verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Then all those virgins arose
Mm-hmm.
and trimmed their lamps.
And trim the lamps, right? Go ahead. So now the as you say, the wake up, trim the lamp, because remember now, as you say, the slumber and sleep, so the lamp remain lighted. So now, as we say, that oil burn out. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out.
So now, because they didn't, being prepared and in readiness, now they turn to the others now and asking, here would I go tell them now? Go ahead.
Verse 9. But the wise answered and said, not so.
Why they say not so? Why they say not so? Go ahead.
Lest there be not enough for us and you.
Because now, what's going to happen now? Now they do so now, and as you say, get them now, as the scripture say, the blind leading the blind leading the blind, the blind leading the blind, and what they did there as well, and this is why as you say, in brotherhood they have a soul. Now them gain, hey, here what's going on? High enough. Go ahead.
But lest there be not enough for us and you, but go you rather to them that sell.
Right. So now they letting them know, hey, go to them who sell any oil. Go ahead.
And buy for yourselves.
And buy for yourselves. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him.
And while they were, as the scripture say, and while they went to buy, the bridegroom came. And he went, and they went, and they that were ready went with him, right, into the marriage. So now, them going off to buy oil, and these here were ready, tarry along, because they was prepared. They was prepared. Go ahead.
To the marriage, and the doors were shut.
And the doors were shut. Now, as they going in, he closed the door behind him. Because now, what he know? He come in to a wedding ceremony. He come in to meet the bride, he's the bridegroom. And all who we meet already, what he do? He move with them. It had 10, as you say, it had 10 of them. But he didn't look he didn't say, hey, with the next 5. What you do? What you do? He didn't roll with the ones who ready. So now what I show you now, that checking. Because now they as well go get checking from him as well. When we read on them. Go ahead, read on. Go ahead.
I kind of saying like people like something like what people like they keep on going on see as time goes by they go say oh yeah after really change wrong my life and thing and without no discipline and thing 15 years past 20 years past and thing and they see the rest and lacking no discipline you see all that time pass and never really change it and really check it time run out and them virgins, the other virgins and them.
And this is what the generals and then continue to bring out. Hey, don't feel that they've been had that time. It going to have that time. Don't feel as we say it's all as we just say cookies and cream. It going to have time when it's just dry ice. That way it started, as we say, it started make the ice cream from. Just say, hey, as I say, and you keep on, because now here we say, that will last, just as you're bringing out there, as you rightfully say. And this is why that sword, it will always have that sword in brother. And that reminder will always be there. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 10. No, verse 11. Afterwards came also the other virgin saying, Lord, open to us.
So now the rich, as we say, the rich. So and what I show you now, it showing a year going on. Now they now recognize something and now rushing back now to see if they could really get a space, but the warning was there because now, as we read from verse 1, they already had an idea knowing that who was coming, that the bridegroom was coming. And not being prepared, this is what will happen. Go ahead.
Verse 12, but he answered and said, verily I say unto you, I know you not.
We tell them?
I know you not.
We tell them?
I know you not.
Why you letting them know that? Because I come for some that is prepared. Me come for some that is not unprepared. What the I.S.U.P. and the Commanding General are doing, as we say, making that preparation just as it was taking place since from, as we say, from the time of our King Yahushua. As we say, this truth is going to be handed down unto faithful men. Men who will know unto this truth. Not men, as we say, saying, well, hey, I have a little time again. Because now, as we say, you ain't going to know when that time comes. And this is why even us as all, as we say, even in the school, we need to, as we say, remind one another. And this is why now, as we say, our Commander General know all the business. In here, as we say, it's not like, hey, nobody don't mind their own business in here. Because now we are fathers. We are, as we say, we are big brothers. That as we say, that structure comes straight down. Overseeing and looking after the brotherhood, over the sisterhood. And making sure, hey, when that time, as you say, that time our correction come, it come with our soul. Because now we're going to get checked, we're going to get checked with the truth. No mama guy or no hizim or no schism. I'm going to check it in the truth. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I know straight. Yeah. you're going to get checked in the truth. And this is why it say in verse 11, afterwards, so like afterward came also the other 10 virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open unto us. The door was already shut. Now they're pleading and they're asking, to open it unto us. Right? Here was the reply. Yeah. Here was the reply. Here was the reply. Verse 12. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Right? Verse 13. And as he watch, therefore, right? For ye know neither the day nor the hour when the Son of Man cometh. So now we break down our whole scenario for them, and he letting them know, hey, those sleep, those slumber. Because why? No man, as he say, watch therefore and stay focused. Keep your mind on the truth. This is why we always bring that reminder that you see these records. These other nations took it and formulated, as you say, the most subtle beast of the field, which is the white man, which is, as you say, which is the oppressor, as you say, or the devil that the Bible speaks about. Took this and formulate, a religion and brought this religion to the forefront of the minds of our people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And because, our people, have integrated, with these other nations, they would look at these records as a religion. But again, they have as we say, the awareness to the point where well, hey, I hear about Jesus. That is what they know. But not understanding who he really is and who he really came from. Because they didn't get that understanding. The understanding that they got about King Yahweh is that he came for everybody. But as the scripture says, he came not but to the lost sheep at the house of Israel. And why he as he said, he identified the nation as sheep? Because why? A sheep will be here eating one way, and then as they say, that's how they see the just before. And then now they need that shepherd now to guide them back here, to guide them back here. Right? That's right. Right. Read verse 13.
Verse 13.
Yeah.
Verse 13. Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh.
Right, and he's letting them to watch, because you don't know the day or the hour when the Son of Man cometh. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 14. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants, and he left, and unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several abilities. Straightway took his journey.
Right, and this, he going in more, and he explaining now, hey, other watch. And as we see, he say, for the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country. So this man now traveling, from a far country, who called his own servants. He didn't say all servants, Now he making a clear distinction who his servants is. Because who his servants belong to? He. And where he had them, as we say, in different locations. So now he traveling to them. And as the scripture say, and delivered unto them his goods. These records was delivered, again, to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians by the hands, as we say, and the prophets come straight down, and as we say, every time that nation, go into servitude or go under, captivity, they always cry out unto the Most High. And the Most High, we see, read from the time from coming out of Egypt, from Exodus, even from our forefather Abraham, come straight down, that the Most High would always send, that deliverer. And as we read concerning, this man traveling to a far country, and this is again to deliver those goods. Because why? Now he expecting, as we read on, return on these goods, a turnover, right? So and he say, and he give unto one, he gave 5 talents, unto the other 2, and he lists them out how much, because now he know, as we say, to every one ability, right? Let's jump down to 24. We'll start 24. Right. So we got as we say, a phase view of what taking place. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 25 and verse 24. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man.
So now, before we go into this now everybody now take the talent and they flip it. The one who had 5, as you say, get 10. The one who had 4, and it won, and it reached the point where the one who get 1. Now he making this accusation and saying, then he which received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, go ahead.
I knew thee that thou art an hard man.
And why? Because now it will show you the mindset of this person. As we say, the whole, as we say, background of what we should not be. Go ahead.
Reaping where thou hast not sown, and garden where thou hast not strawed.
So now he let him know thou art a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. Now the question is this: who he gave the talent to? He gave the talent to his servant. That talent that he gave to that servant now, that servant working for who? And he will explain as we read on who he went to, why when he told that, why he had authority to read. Go ahead.
Verse 25. And I was afraid, and when I hid thy talent
and
in the earth,
right? Go ahead.
Lo, there thou hast that in thy.
So he say what? He say what? Where do? He say there thou hast that in thine. This sin belong to you. As he say, he came from a far country, and he gave every man his goods. So every man that he gave you goods, where you was a return from them goods. Go ahead.
Verse 26. His Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant.
And I'm going to explain why he called him a wicked and a slothful servant. Go ahead.
Thou knowest that I reap where I sowed not.
And why he reaping where he sowed not? Because now who he gave the talent to? Give the talent to his servants. So it doesn't matter wherever that servant sold, as we say, sell that good, he going to reap it anyhow you take it. Go ahead.
And gathered where I have not strawed.
Go ahead.
Verse 27. Thou oughtest. Thou oughtest therefore to have put many money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received my own.
So now we laying away. You could take that, as you say, and get somebody to get a turnover. Give one of them, as you say, again, your brothers. And this is why now again, in the I.S.U.P.K under Commandant General YAHANNA, we are called again to do a job. And we didn't, as we say, do this, as we say, I always say we look for slavery on we own. We was called to do this. And what is expected of us to do? Just as the instruction that was passed on. To make sure that when the Lord come, he see reward. He see as we say, the return of goods, a double or a triple or however. This is why as we say in Brotherhood, it had a soul. And this is why again it shows you why we will always talk against these religious organizations. We will talk about the Christian church, the many different, as you say, lies that formulate out of religion, which religion is not true. Is as we say, is demonstrated or orchestrated by man, by our oppressor. To do what? To sway the minds of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian minds. To do what? To do what? To sin. And when we sin is the transgression of the law, to break the laws of God. And this is why as he call him a wicked and what? Wicked and slothful servant. Right? And he said, Thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and I gathered where I have not strawed. Go ahead. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers. Then at my coming I should have received my own with usury. Now you just as you say, put it in the bank. Put it in the bank. I'll still get an interest out of it. If it's a cent, I'll get something out of it. But what you do, you take it and you ain't do nothing with it. Listen, go ahead.
Verse 29. For unto everyone that had shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that had not shall be taken away, even that which he had.
Right? And as he say, for everyone that hath shall be given, and everyone, and this is make it known one time. now the men and them who flip and whatever, they'll be given something more. And you explain it as you go on. Go ahead.
Verse 13. And cast you the unprofitable servant into outer darkness.
And this is what is going to happen to these are religious leaders. This is what is going to happen now, as we say, with our soul, our brotherhood. Because now you're taking what the Most High had called you to and had given you, to, as we say, to go to your own. That's why you want, let me say, go not into the way of the Samaritans. Go not into the way of the city of Samaria, the way of Samaritans. But go rather unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That was the reminder to your own. Go ahead. Go yet.
Verse 30 and now verse 30.
Verse 30. Read 31.
When the Son of Man shall come in glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory.
And this is when, as we say, our King Yahweh shall establish. He say, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of glory. Go ahead, read verse 32.
Verse 32. And behold, him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them from one another, as the shepherd divideth his sheep from the goat.
Right, go ahead.
Verse 33. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goat on the left.
Right, and he are going to make a clear distinction of what I'm going to do just now. Jump to right, jump, go to Matthew, same 26, just turn to the next 26 and 24.
Matthew chapter 26 and verse 24. The Son of Man goeth as it is written of him, but woe unto that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed.
And we after he break down all of this, now as we say, he say, woe unto that man whom the Son of Man is betrayed. Because you know, as we say, you taken this talent and again not doing what you're supposed to do, as I say, where you become, it come like you, as I say, you take something from somebody, but you didn't really take it and do what you're supposed to do with it. So it come like you're going to use it against them, to betray them. When you're supposed to, as you say, get a return. Go ahead.
Verse 25.
No, that's not it. I have next piece in it. Yeah.
It had been good for that man if he had not been born.
And why he saying that? And what we're going to read about now, as we say, is the soul of our brotherhood. Now we remind it better for that man that he wasn't, that he didn't be born. That's all. Now we're going to read now again about, let me say, concerning why you should, as you say, that betrayal part. So go to 27 and read 27 and 1.
Matthew chapter 27 and verse 1. When the morning was come, all the chief priests and the elders of the people took counsel against Yahushua to put him to death.
And now, beware. all you betrayers, and this is why we always say you need to come into the I.S.U.P.K under command of GEN.YAHANNA. Because now you're going to read, as you say, concerning those who again betrayed it. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And when they had bound him, they led him away and delivered him to Pontius Pilate, the governor.
Right, now, as we say, he did deliver him up to the oppressor. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Then Judas, which had betrayed him, when he saw that he was condemned, repented himself and brought again the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and elders.
Go ahead.
Verse 4, saying, I have sinned in that I have betrayed innocent blood. And they said, what is that to do us? See thou to do that?
So now at that point, you know, he, you know, saying, bringing, you know, I really bring a wrong accusation, and you know, this is upon I say innocent blood. Now it's showing you the mindset, and this is why now we always say to come out at these churches, as we see, you know, as the Prime Minister say, you know, he might look into it sometime when he's 6. Right now when you're driving around, you're seeing all them church building, people spraying down, cleaning up, you know, like they're so anxious now to start back up, to indoctrinate the minds of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So worry now, as they say that they feel that, you know, that what them doing, you know, it glorifying the Most High. But here the scripture say, the Most High hear it, or I just paraphrase, or answer not a prayer of a sinner. So all that prayers with the praying, I just say, for the own lustful desire and the own gain. Now we see it now, just as now Judas recognized what's going on. I betrayed, as you say, on innocent blood. And this is a reminder. Go ahead.
Not in Proverbs.
Yeah.
You wanted it?
Go ahead, if you get going now. In there. You get it? Go ahead and read that.
Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 9. He that turneth away his ear from the hearing of the Lord, even his prayer shall be abomination.
Right, and that's right. And with that what Proverbs?
Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 9.
Right, read it again.
Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 9. He that turneth away his ear from the hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination.
So now this person who turneth away his ear from hearing the law, or reading out of our constitution, reading out of, as we say, our laws. And this is again, this is not religion that what we formulating, as we say, or it might feel to the minds that, you know, it's presented. What we're reading out of our history book, reading about our people, or as we say, that that was not desired by any other nation, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Right? Continue on in Matthew. Verse 4, verse 5, yeah.
Verse 5. And he cast down the pieces of silver in the temple and departed and went and hung himself.
And now, you know, as we say, Satan done, as we say, take over the house. We say them demon and them, because again, it have a whole breakdown concerning, you know, what a demon is. And a demon have one job to do, is to destroy. To make sure that he destroy, as we say, that host that you know he was appointed to. And this is why we always say that we have demons to fight every day. Because now, as you say, we see where Paul saying that, you know, as you say, that thorn in the flesh, some desire he had to fight. Each and every one of us have that fight. And that fight is fighting against our own mind. That's why you see the weapons of warfare are not carnal, but spiritual, you know. And this is our fight daily. And this is why, as we say, in order, you know, as we say, to really get a full understanding, you only need I.S.U.P.K under Command General. And saying down in these classes, you know, amongst the priests, the men chosen to really break down the scriptures, or really to go into these records now to bring that reminder. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 6. And the chief priest took the silver pieces and said, it is not lawful for to put them into the treasury, because it was the price of blood.
And why? Now you already took this money and pay the price or something. And that why you say it is not lawful, because why? It is recorded, you know, in the law. It is recorded in the law. We're coming back there. Find Deuteronomy. Just let me check Deuteronomy chapter 23 and 18 and see what that says. 23 and 18. Let's see what that says.
Deuteronomy chapter 23 and 18.
Yeah, let's see what that says.
Thou shalt bring the hire of
Shall not.
Thou shalt not bring the hire of a whore, or the price of a dog into the house of the Lord.
And when you have somebody, you pay somebody. So he was hired. This Judas was hired. Go ahead, read it again. Yeah, read it.
Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 18. Thou shalt not bring the hire of a whore, or the price of a dog into the house of the Most High, thy power, for any vow, for even both these are abomination unto the Most High, thy power.
And this is why Christ always make mention, you know, do as they say, but don't do as they do. So they might quote something, you know, as we say in the law, and they had an idea of what it is. And they know, well, hey, yeah, what's going on? We're not supposed to do that. So you see what's going on. They know that the hire him, the hire Judas. So they know to take that one point, as we say, what they say, the treasury. They know it's not lawful. They know it's wrong. Go back to Matthew. And verse 6.
Verse 7.
Yeah, go ahead.
And they took counsel and brought them, the potter's field, to bury strangers in.
Go ahead.
Verse 8. Wherefore that the field was called the field of blood,
right,
unto this day.
right, right.
Verse 9. Then was fulfilled that which was spoken by Jeremy the prophet, saying, and they took the 30 pieces of silver, the price of him that was valued, whom they of the children of Israel did value.
Right. So now all these things, as you say, was spoken by the prophet, and as you say, it's the same thing as we always make mention that all that in that time, from our King Yahushua to the disciples, to the apostles, to the men, as you say, appointed unto over these schools and them, is the same thing they were speaking. They wasn't speaking, they were speaking out of, out of the, as you say, the Old Testament. Now we have the New Testament. We are the entirety. We living in the New Testament right now, because now we have the entirety of the book. And we Christian church, as you say, these religious leaders, I teachers that the old and away, they have no clue and no idea concerning these records. And this is why we say they don't know the Bible. They don't have an idea what's going on inside. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 10. And he gave them for the potter's field, as the Lord appointed me. Verse 11. And Jesus stood before the governor, and the governor asked him, saying, Art thou the king of the Jews? And Yahushua said unto him, Thou sayest.
And this is where we are right now. Now the question was always posed, as we say, to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You are the Jews, and as he asked the question. Now this oppressor, as we say, asking our King Yahushua this question now, and he asking him, as we say, in a so subtle way that it had a part now where when they did finish kill him, the mark on him, King, as you say, King of Israel or whatever, I can't remember, but it's supposed to be somewhere in after they done King of them.
King of the Jews.
King of the Jews. King of the Jews. Or something like that now. But yeah, but how I would the right to the bottom and the prescribed and Pharisees tell them to take it down now.
Yeah.
Because now they recognize something. Because now if you is king of the Jews, then who is the Jews? Who is the Jews? The children are who?
Yes.
So you see how subtle this beast is. Because now if he did say King of Israel, now what would have happened? Now they would have known that what was the prophecy, everything was true. Because now when you read on down now, it's showing you where the wife even let him know, hey, though this man is innocent blood, but being an oppressor, and as you say, following after the customs of your forefathers, he only had one thing to do, to follow after that way, nothing else. Because that spirit, as we say, subtlety on him. So now, as asked the question, now this is why King Yahushua say, and Yahushua answered and said, Thou sayest. I rather say nothing again. You already acknowledge who I is. I never come and tell you I is King of the Jews. You already tell me that I is King of the Jews. And he said, Thou sayest. Right?
So like I said, when you check back that time, that come just like the same thing. When you don't realize the power you don't holding already, right? And they hearing that same thing, and like hey, nah, let me like too much power this man holding, like too much think people talking about that come just like the same thing happening with John the Baptist and all two of them, the same people again when they tell him when the sheep father asked him look at this man great, he had to do the other because the daughter don't tell him to kill him.
Yeah, that when she asked for the head of John,
the head of John.
You see, yeah, correct.
And then everybody well, people around me don't know anybody. Hey, there's really some man when I look to get here cut off there, but he went there still.
Yeah, and because when you read on down, no issue, you know where they bring out Barabbas. And as you say, that just a little time. But as you see, if you go back and read through it, and you're going to see how again, how wicked, and as you say, deceitful your mind could be when you're locked up under the oppressor. And this is why that reminder, as you said, that sword will always be, in brotherhood. It will always have that reminder, hey, as I brought out earlier on, don't come up against your brother. Don't teach your brother evil thing. As they say, you tell, hey, as we say, you're talking, hey, reminding your brother, as the scripture saying Ezekiel, you need to bring that reminder. Otherwise, it will be upon your hand. That innocent blood, that blood will be upon your hand. But if you remind him and he continue anyways, what will happen? That blood on him. Because now what happened? He get a reminder. He understand to the point where he know what he doing is wrong. So now that blood on your hand. And this is why again, the only place you can get these reminders in the I.S.U.P.K and the general. Right? Again, the reminders, are there. The school is open, as we say, Monday through, as we say, Sunday through Saturday. Again, get in contact with with your camp leader at the nearest school near you. Again, the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General GEN.YAHANNA, as you say, to all the schools in the four corners of the earth, whether it be in the UK, whether it be in Brazil, whether it be in Haiti, whether it be in the Dominican Republic, whether it be in as we say, North, Central, and South America, in America, as we say, or Babylon the Great, get to the nearest, school near you. And again, these brothers, again, that we sitting at these tables will always bring the reminder to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, because we were once brought to that reminder. That sword in brotherhood, that check-in with the truth, we was checked. And again, and as we say, we drop everything, and as we say, change out. Because the scripture say you can't take new wine and pour it in old bottle, because you just burst. You can't take, as you say, old cloth and join it with new, because now what will happen? The old one will tear and the new one will remain. And this is a reminder. Again, this is I.S.U.P.K Trinidad and Tobago. Again, the reminders are there. Again, you can contact the camp leader here in Trinidad and Tobago, or Sagalawan. Go up on the webpage, contact him at 2971 5103 297 5103. Okay. That is it, right? Yeah. Go ahead. 297 5103.
Two 290?
Yeah, 290.
Yeah,
292 slack here. 90 5173. 290 5173. Tawada of Sasha. Right? And with that, we pass the class to priest and officer. Right?
Security announcement. We at the I.S.U.P.K out of 120 Street along New York. Been teaching this since 1969 at the Black Country. Security announcement. We at I.S.U.P.K out of 120 Street along New York under Commanding General Yohanna. Rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limit for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After the 6-month period, if a brother or sister has an interest in a peculiar person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to another brother or sister. There is another 6 months which a brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother or sister will have permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is the commandment, you can find it in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, Mark chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Means 10 to do that strong. And my share, 10% of every penny and increase the most I give to you, give to your church department or teacher priest fund. Fuel offering for priest, non mandatory, whatever amount you like to give. Upcoming holy convocation, that will be the memorial doing of trumpets. This will be the first day of the sermon. That will be Monday, the 6th September 2021. That will be next week, Monday. Right? You can find it in Leviticus chapter 23, verse 24 and 25. No. Remind the Akiams that watch and to check on social media such as I.S.P.K, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.P.K events and material. If your brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he needs to start wearing all black, which include black boots, light shirt, light pants, light headband, or scarf. As we say, imagine, sir, on off the dome. We're going to say Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Sabashimaya, Wadash, Ayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Lakoka, Taba'a, Watazaka, Ayah, Aisha, Barataza, Kawab, Ayah, Ashmaya, Atan, Anawab, Lakam, Kal, Yawab, Wasalakno, Wakino, Wasalakno, Wakino, Wala, Tabiano, Pasawan, Abal, Oshino, Mayan, Rai, Ayah, Aka, Malakwa, Waala, Patapara, Wailongya, Aman.
English, our Father,
without an ever, and the idea, Yahweh, the kingdom come, that will be done. It is, as in heaven, give us this day, or daily bread. Give us death, we forgive our debtors, and let us not be impatient. Deliver us from evil, for thy is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. We'll see the Hakat, Yahweh, Hashem, Oshai, Lokasha, Atananoa, Akat, Apa, Amakala, Kalmanawan, Akat, Ata, Akudarium, Akat, Akayam, Amatayam, Akat, Akawat, Atmala, Nagarishim, Hashem, Oshai, Kawadaman. Yahweh, the name of the sky. Give us the power, to heal, no matter what it is, what you today, cast them out, name of Yahweh, thank you, so be it. We're going to say blessings in Hebrew, Barak, Atah, Yahweh, Wayahushai, Wahakma'ala, Wahalahayam, Atizabia, GEN.YAHANNA, Halawapiyam, Asaranyam, Hakwat Zalianyam, Hakat Yaliam, Wadwatiam, Yahweh, Hashem, Oshai, Tawadaman.
In English, bless you Yahweh,
and Yahushai, and Michael, and Angels, and Generals, Captains, Officers, Troopers, and the sisters, Yahweh, Yahushai, thank you, so be it.
The I.S.P.K churches, that's a
King of heaven and all things live. Yahweh. Name of Yahushua. Listen to us now. Right now. And he put on curses and put on instruction to the heathen that speak against us, the teachers, the princes, the priests, Israelite brothers, and the schools. And he put on curses and put on instruction to the heathen and shake loose the rich of Israel. Refuse to give to the false their riches. Enter thy sanctuary. Then evil and punishment and destruction. The Edomites and the nation. The drug dealers. The court system. The prison system. Planned Parenthood. All government of Ireland. Roman Catholic Church. The Pope. Islam. Christianity. Egyptology. Militia. Klan. Nation. Skinheads. The gay movement. Lesbian movement. Spies. Because of witchcraft. Army. Navy. Air Force. Marine. Wall Street. Open up the internet. And the airways. And the radio channel. Any of thy people. Seek to stop us. Bring destruction. All the leaders. Stand away. Try to stop us. From broadcasting your word. Throw the planet. Lose all the plague. Cause them to go through the earth. And consume them. The plague shake. The house of the thief. And the murderer. Yahusha. Michael. Gabriel. Come down with the flying saucers. And punish all the leaders. Come up against us. I speak thy word. Cause it to be in my word. That the angels have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media. Through the whole world. For them to shake at thy name of Yahusha. Thank you. So be it. You want to say, bless Israel, Yahweh, Bashem, Oshai, Noah, SHALAM, Bayat, Safarium, Barak, Bapap, Magun, Managerian, the general, the captains, officers, troopers, sisters, children, destroyed of Israel. Brothers and sisters fight for me truth. All 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. I see the whole and their family. I see the children and their family. I teach us that the Father, Papa, Tamar. Brothers and sisters in I.S.U.P.K. Brothers and sisters fight for me truth. Children leaders in I.S.U.P.K. Friends for family. Wrong family, Zion, Rezion, Daniela, Jamilia, Trisha, Chantel, Violin, Nima, Khadija, Chantel, Bashem, Oshai, Wadaman. Just say the English, Yahweh. Name of Yahushua. Bless us. And in school. Bless. Heal. Shield. Protect all of us. Name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. So, let's get a teacher one quickly salute. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak. Yahweh Bashem Shabbat. Yalimata. Sa. Let's get the sisters at 9 at one quickly salute. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak. Yahweh Bashem Shabbat. Return Bashem Shabbat. Yalimata. God Christmas.